Hey, how are you? How have you been? I hope you're well. Before we even get started, dap me up real quick. It's been a minute. I hope you guys have been good, man. We are gonna tap into the energies for today. We're moving into a Sagittarius season coming up. Eclipse season is long gone. We are in this really nice period of relaxation. We have a new moon coming up on the 23rd. Things are somewhat winding down, I hope. We're gonna be entering a nice playful, fiery season. The waters of Scorpio season will be washing away, which will be nice. I enjoy Scorpio energy, but it can be a little bit much, even with the Scorpio placements I do have, which are a lot. I got a Scorpio moon, Scorpio Pluto, and I think that might be it. I might have one other one. I'm not sure. I think it's Midheaven. Excuse me. Aside from the point, we're going to go and get started on the reading. We're going to take a deep breath, say a prayer, and get started. I pray to God, Spirit, my guides, my angels, and my ancestors to help myself, the collective, and anybody watching to see the clearest messages for the highest good of all involved in our love and relationships. Off note, they closed off the section to go up, and I'm guessing they're cleaning up top or something. So I don't think we're going to get any cool cars coming by today, unfortunately, but that's all good. Well, I mean, they'll probably come by, but then they'll have to turn around. But they closed the whole thing off, so maybe that's a message. Something under construction. I don't know. That was kind of what was coming out in the daily that we were doing on Instagram. By the way, if you do want to see all of that, everything is in the description. I do reels on Instagram, like a minute and a half reels, where I just do a daily message, and then we tap into those same energies with this reading. But I just wanted to say thank you, and I love you, and I appreciate you, and I really am grateful for you guys watching the channel. Even though I don't upload as much as I used to, I do still appreciate you guys watching, still showing love. Likes, comments, subscribe, shares, donations, and all the stuff. I do appreciate it. And if you are new, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. We got a nice little family, and we just kind of do our thing over here, man. But we're going to be doing Sorcerer's Tarot today. I feel like I'm kind of rambling a little bit today. I don't know. We're already like 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes in. I just been talking the whole time. So yeah, thank you for being patient during my little rambles. We're going to go and get started using the Sorcerer's Tarot. I do have all of my decks with me today, and we're just going to see what comes up, man. But the whole message that I was talking about, where I kind of went on to that little rant that I was on, was, sorry, my microphone is just being weird today. There you go. So like the rant I was on, or what was coming up in the message was, it had to do with like whatever's going on behind the scenes. What came out in the caption, but it was more so this energy of like you have all the tools you need. We've talked about this too in our readings in the past. Like you do have all the tools you need to move forward in whatever it is you're doing. I mean, the Sagittarius energy coming up is going to be the perfect time for that. Like eclipse season was a nice reflective period, and it's really put us in this space to really move forward, right? Bottom of the deck we have Judgment. Okay, so I feel like either whether this is in love or career, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, because it does very much matter. It's important, but it just feels like there has been judgment passed. Whether you made judgment on a situation or relationship, this could be the energy of somebody reconsidering a relationship, reconsidering whether they want to move forward in it, whether they want to, whether they want, can't speak. So I mean, we have this at the bottom of the deck. This could very well be somebody that is not sure what to say. Maybe they're deciding to want to come back to work things out. That was the energy that came out in the last reading. It was like we've been doing a lot of twin flame counterpart stuff. I don't normally go into readings with that intention, but it does come out. Regardless of whether it's a twin flame or not, that has been an overarching theme that I've been seeing just over the past, I don't know, like month or so. I mean, going from eclipse season to now, it's kind of the energy I've been seeing. So a few weeks, something like that, out 2-3 weeks now. I feel like there's been judgment passed on a situation. This could be you or a person you're dealing with. I do feel like this could be an external energy, because this doesn't feel like somebody that's necessarily like around you right now. This could be somebody from your past. This could be somebody that maybe they blocked you, maybe they cut you off, maybe you cut them off, maybe maybe you had an argument. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I feel like there's like been a misunderstanding as the energy that's coming out. Whatever this conversation was that took place, I feel like caused a lot of misunderstanding. I feel like judgments were passed, but not necessarily in a way that made sense. Especially if these judgments were passed during eclipse season, it's not really the best time to make major decisions, because a lot of the times there's a lot of past energy coming up that's forcing us to really look at ourselves. And sometimes you really gotta pay attention to whether you're making a decision from your past self coming up, or whether you're actually making a decision from your new version of yourself, I guess I could say. It really depends. We're going to look at the cards though, because we do have the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Not the bottom of the deck, this is the first card that came out. This could have to do with, like, communication, changing perspective. We're going to see in relation to the other cards, it does feel like there is some type of energy coming in around somebody that's just kind of keeping tabs on you, maybe on social media, just kind of watching what you're doing, seeing who you're talking to, really trying to make a judgment call as to whether they want to actually come forward and maybe try to fix things or whatever it is that's coming through. Okay, we're gonna go through all these cards like this. We're just gonna do our little story time, right? So we got the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we had that come out before, we have the Fool, we have the Four of Wands, we have Death, we have the Ten of Wands, Knight of Wands, back to the page. So that's exactly, literally what we just said, is it not? This is somebody I feel like you're not necessarily around or with right now. I feel like you are in this very solitary energy, and I do feel like you are quick to cut people off. Let's be completely honest. I feel like this is a situation where you may have very well just decided to put an end to things. That's kind of what I'm seeing, man. I'm seeing this energy of, like, you decided that this isn't necessarily something that you want to move forward in, so you decided to stay single. Okay, but I don't feel like you did it out of malice. I feel like you did it because you're moving towards this Ten of Pentacles. You know what it is you want long term, and you're really willing to take the chance to get there. However, the thing to consider with the Fool, especially in a situation like this, if this is like a past relationship, this is impulsive energy. We've talked about this before. The Fool can come out to be a new beginning for sure, moving in a new direction, but as we've said, the Fool is also a very impulsive energy. I do feel like this is the past energy. I don't know why I keep saying past energy. I meant person you're dealing with, but this could very well be a past. I don't have any sixes here, so I can't say this is anything from the past. However, this does feel for some reason like it could be a past energy. And this just feels like somebody who is, I don't know, it feels like an impulsive energy. Like they just want to come forward and communicate. They want to come forward and say, hey, I actually really do want this. I do want to start over. I want to bring this back from the depths of wherever it went. Setting down the burdens, putting an end to the burdens. The only thing that concerns me is the Knight of Wands energy. However, I am going to put the cards like this and talk about it because it doesn't feel like a terrible thing. I am seeing a few different things. Okay, I am seeing the Death card as, well, when I see the Death card, I see it as a transition into a new phase. To me, that doesn't necessarily mean things are ending, things have ended. However, I feel like if you are in this phase of not really talking to this person, or things came to an end, I feel like that itself is coming to an end. We're going to get advice and all that kind of stuff because I don't like to give absolutes or ultimatums when I do tarot readings because, well, energy and time are fluid, and just because I say something in this reading, even if it does come true to a degree, can always change based on your actions, your thoughts, your emotions, and how you decide to apply those in any situation. But regardless, I feel like there is some extremely burdensome times coming to an end. I really just feel like this is you and another person deciding to set aside the burdens, okay? I feel like because the desire, I feel like this is a mutual desire, right? This could be a twin flame card if you want to look at it like that. It is, you know, a 4, 2, and 2. I just feel like you know what you want. I see this every single reading because that's what comes out. I feel like you know what it is you want. And I feel like a person does also know what it is they want. And I feel like it's each other, even if you're not necessarily in that situation. I feel like you do both want each other. And it's just this energy of, like, it feels like a mutual desire to build the same type of life. Even if that hasn't been communicated, I feel like you and another person here are really on the same page. Keep in mind, this could be somebody new. The only reason I'm saying it's not because we don't have any ace energy. Kind of why I'm seeing the past energy here, because we have something that we have Death and Ten of Wands. That to me is a cycle that came to an end, right? That's exactly what we were talking about. Whatever it was you were going through, I feel like that came to an end. you decided to put an end to that, or you've decided to kind of move in a new direction towards what it is you truly want. However, I just feel like somebody really wants to come back around. That's just the main energy I've been picking up on. Hold on, excuse me. And the reason I say so, man, is because we have the Knight of Wands. This is somebody who is really quick to come in and ride fast. Just my only concern with Knight of Wands energy, it is a Knight of Wands. If you're familiar with the Knight of Wands, you would know that it is a type of energy of very similar to the Fool. My concern here, it doesn't feel like the intentions are terrible. If this is somebody that is in this energy that you're dealing with right now, could be you or your person, flip it and switch it as it fits. But I feel like the intentions are there. They're not terrible intentions. I mean, 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, those are really great energies. Those are amazing intentions from whoever it is that's really thinking about you or popping up into these readings, because this has been happening for a few readings now. Other energies, I love to read for us and what we're going through, but a lot of the times it has more to do with our experiences with other people than it does what exactly we're feeling inside. Because I feel like, the collective I read for, we know ourselves well enough now to where, like, it's not really a question of how we're feeling anymore. It's more so just understanding that and integrating that and actually applying that. And that's kind of what we already talked about, did we not? Really just applying the lessons. You're kind of in that Nine of Pentacles space, focusing on your independence, focusing on yourself, really having that. I feel like you've just had that change in perspective. Again, you passed the Judgment. We just talked about all of this. Bottom of the deck that just keeps sticking out to me is the Six of Wands, and then under that we do have the Six of Cups, and we have the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Swords. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. Those are just bottom of the deck energies. Again, regardless of whether this is impulsive energy, it doesn't feel like it's impulsive with the same intentions in the past. It doesn't feel like it's that pleasure energy or anything. Whatever the hot and cold energy, it doesn't really feel like that's much of a thing. I feel like that has come to an end. I feel like your person has come to the realizations that their actions have led to, well, the way things are. You know what I mean? Oh, we haven't seen the security guard in a long time. They usually come up almost every time I'm here, but I haven't seen them in a while. What's going on? They have all their crazy shining lights. So we have the Two of Swords, we have the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Six of Cups, and then we have the Six of Wands. So that to me is just like past energy completely. I don't think you saw me. How's it going? I mean, he didn't wave at me. Hurt my feelings. I feel bad because one time he waved at me in the past when I was just chilling, and I didn't see him until the last moment. So I don't know if he just doesn't like me. Anyways, that can be a message too. I don't know. It could be like a message from your person being very timid, not entirely sure what to do. We have the Knight of Swords at the bottom, and I feel like that's a perfect embodiment of what we just experienced together. We were just ignored by the security guard. So sad. Regardless, though, I feel like your person is really not entirely sure how to move forward with this. This could be you or your person. I feel like when this does come in, if this does come in, if you do experience this in some kind of way, if you are experiencing this in some kind of way, I just feel like there is a back and forth within your head. Somebody here is caught in their head. This could be you, this could be your person, but there is the energy of being caught in a thought loop. And I think it's okay to need to make these decisions. I mean, the only reason I say so is because it's like a lot of the times I feel like we continue to repeat a lot of different lessons, and not because we haven't learned them, but because we are learning new aspects of certain lessons. That doesn't feel like it's any different here. I feel like this is an energy we have read for in the past, right? We have really read on past energies before. It almost feels like we're kind of continuing the trajectory of what we had gone through. I don't even know how long ago it was. It was about a few months ago, and we were moving through this energy of, twin flame stuff, counterpart energy, divine relationships, and past energies coming back around. And then right around that time, things kind of came to a tower moment. This is right around the 8-8 portal, I think, maybe a little before that. And then we really moved into this new space. It was new relationships, new people, new paths. And now that I feel like we have learned what we needed to learn from a lot of those new relationships and new paths. If this is like a, I don't know, like a destined soulmate, fated divine partner or whatever, what have you, this is the type of energy that we would be moving into from there. So to me, it's very cyclical in terms of like, that's the way the tarot works in the first place. Things do move in a cycle. You know, you go from the 1 to the 10, starting over at the 1, and you really just go from there. However, this does feel like what's coming out, okay? This is just a personal victory for you. I feel like there's going to be an opportunity here for you to bring balance to a situation. I want to get advice though. I don't necessarily like doing too much into the future, but that's really just what's coming out. I mean, given this is a timeless reading, it would make sense that I'm tapping into the future, even though time is not linear in any way, shape, or form. We talked about quantum mechanics and all that kind of stuff in the past. I won't get too much into it. Regardless though, I feel like there is the opportunity here to build something with somebody. This is a very abundant card. This is somebody who knows what they're doing. This is somebody who has gained the wisdom from all of the 1s to the 7s. They planted the seeds and now they are putting in the work to fully build up to the 10. We have the 8, the 9, and the 10 of Pentacles here today. That is progression. However, the only thing that I'm seeing is they didn't come out in that order, but I am seeing forward movement. I am seeing forward movement. This could be definitely somebody from the past. This just really feels like a past person, guys. You know, who am I to say what messages should and shouldn't come out? This is what's coming out. It's going to be a personal victory here for you, deciding to build something with somebody from the past, perhaps. Maybe you're going to work things out. Let's get some advice for you about that. This is a lot of great energy. It's not in the past. You know, the energies haven't always been fantastic, that's for sure. But it feels like they're coming out much better this time. So I'm trying to grab a deck out of my bag. We're going to use the Mystical Cast Tarot today. Okay. Let's get some advice here for the collective. You know, if you decide you want to work things out with this person, we're going to get like, I don't know, some kind of likely outcome and advice and kind of stuff like that. Maybe do a little more structure today. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go ahead and pull some cards with the Mystical Cast Tarot. Also one of my favorite decks. I feel like I say that about every deck because I love all the decks. I just really like picking random decks. I know a lot of people like to use like the popular decks. You know what I mean? Like certain decks will become very popular and you'll start to see them in like a bunch of different readers. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not hating on it. I just personally like to use decks that I feel like I don't see. I don't know, just because I see them all the time when I'm like seeing my own readings, watching readings for myself. So it's kind of nice. Okay, we're going to get some cards. We got a lot of cards that came out. This is going to be like an advice type of energy. Bottom of the deck, we have 5 of Pentacles. All right. Yeah, we got a little stacky. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we have Fire Kitten, which is Page. I think that's Knight of Wands, is it not? Knight of Wands, 3 of Wands, Ace of Wands, the Hermits, High Priestess, and the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands came out twice. Yeah, dude, I feel like this is definitely, I mean, this is advice, right? We pulled it for advice. Very similar energies that came out for the Timeless Love message that we did on Instagram. Is very similar. So much so to where we got to the Ace of Wands. We also got, we got the Hanged Man, and the Hermit and the Hanged Man are very similar energies. You know, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about these. Very similar advice that came out in the last reading. What is it that you want? Are you comfortable communicating that? And is this something you feel like is really resonating with you? Like it's this energy of really taking a look at what it is you're trying to move forward in, whether this is in love or relationships. Is this reflecting what it is you want? Because keep in mind that like if you've dealt with if you have dealt with somebody in the past and things weren't really, you know, resonating, or at one point you were resonating, you fell out of resonance, this is kind of just saying that like things can come back into balance, right? They can come back into balance. This is something where it's like there is a lot of beautiful energy. We have the Knight of Wands twice, and we have the Ace of Wands. What was the other one that came out twice? 6 of Wands. I feel like this is going to be a really beautiful time for you, dude, especially with Sagittarius season approaching, even though this is timeless. Yo, like this is really going to be nice. Like this is the new beginning here that we were talking about in the Instagram reading. I really just feel like somebody here has had a huge change of heart. This could be you or your person that you've been dealing with, but I feel like somebody here is just like they're ready, man. Somebody here is ready to come forward. I feel like they're seeing you as like the ship's coming in, but I feel like this could be somebody at a distance for sure, because this is Three of Wands energy, you know, traveling type of energy. But I just feel like this is something where I think you're going to be very happy with whatever it is that's coming in for you. I don't personally like to say like, oh, you're going to feel like this, you're going to feel like that. But with these types of energies, it's pretty indicative of like how everybody's going to be feeling in the situation. I feel like somebody here is really listening to their intuition here. I feel like this is the advice to listen to your intuition, to, you know, not be afraid to go after it is what you want. Did I say that properly? To not be afraid to go after what it is you want. There it is. Don't be afraid to go after what it is you want, especially if this is a new relationship or somebody from your past coming back to start something new. If you love this person and you're willing to look past what has happened and you're willing to work through the issues, this is going to be very beneficial for the both of you. It's very beautiful. Yeah, man, like I said, I feel like your person here has gained the wisdom, seeing you as a personal victory. This, you know, it is really interesting for me though to see the Six of Wands in this deck, because this to me is somebody who has a lot of different suitors or offers or whatever the case is. I feel like this is also spirit giving you the opportunity to weigh your options. You know, really listen to yourself. Like, trust your intuition here. Trust what isn't being shown to you, and trust yourself enough to know that, like, even if you're not seeing everything that's being shown, you have your intuitive abilities to tap into to be able to actually understand whether or not this is something you want. I feel like you have options. You know, this doesn't always need to be romantic options. I just feel like you have enough going on in your life to where it's not even that big of a deal in terms of whether this works out for you. Not to say that you don't want this person or this relationship, but I feel like you're now realizing that it's like there's more to life than just one relationship, regardless of whether you consider it a twin flame or a soulmate. There are so many people in the world and so many people you've yet to meet, and I feel like this is just spirit saying, look, if this person comes back around and they're not acting properly, they're still in that flighty Nine of Wands energy, you know, just realize that the universe will provide you with what you need. Just stay true to yourself. I think that's the main advice here. Stay true to you. Don't be afraid to go after what it is you want. Don't be afraid to explore your options if that's what you want to do, but keep in mind that if somebody does come back around from the past and you make the decision to explore your options, that could very well close the door on that relationship if that's what you want. Everybody is entitled to their own standards and their own wants and needs. And if somebody comes around and their own standard is they don't want to be with somebody or talking to somebody that is entertaining a bunch of other people, then you should respect that and let them go on their way. However, if you are also that way and somebody comes back around and you find out that they still have other options, don't be afraid to speak up for yourself and say, you know what, this makes me uncomfortable. This isn't something I want to be involved in. Maybe, I mean, we talked about third-party stuff in the past, right? A few readings ago. Don't be afraid to talk about that. I feel like this is that energy that we were tapping into when it first started coming out, actually, in that reading, when the counterpart energy came back, right? It was the counterparts are at it again reading, I think it was. You know, not being afraid to speak up for yourself and say, hey, I am not okay with somebody who's going to be entertaining a bunch of other people. I'm not okay with being in a situation with somebody who is clearly already in a relationship. Perhaps this could be somebody that has already been in a relationship when you were talking to them and you weren't aware of it, and then you were made aware of it and you said, you know what, I think I'm going to go my own way and explore my options. Take it as it resonates, man, because we're getting a lot of different messages coming out. We are going to pull with one more deck and then we're going to close the reading. I feel like I'm speaking really fast today. I've had less caffeine than usual and I'm speaking faster than usual. I don't know why. I really only have like my little drink. I don't like a little bit of tea. I haven't even had any coffee. All right. I feel like I'm being very manic today. Let's go ahead and close this reading out. We're going to get well, we have 2 more decks. It does not feel like it's been 20 minutes. I'm going to be honest, it feels like it's been like 5 minutes. I don't know. Let's go and get some more cards here. Spirit, guides, angels, and ancestors, thank you so much for any cards, any messages you want to give to us today. You know, in every reading today, I haven't even had the chance to say that while I've been shuffling because the cards have been falling out so fast. Like when I did the daily message on Instagram, the cards, before I could even finish my little intro, the cards already came out, so I just started the reading. And I barely finished in time because it was just, I feel like there's just a lot that wants to come through, which I feel like is why we're already on our third deck and why I feel like I'm talking so fast, and I feel like that's a message. This is the mean energy that I'm tapping into, so this could be your person too, really wanting to say so much so fastly. And you know, oh, okay, oh. Let's see what comes out. Bottom of the deck we have the Sun, really great energy. Some great cards. I mean, phew. Okay, hold on. This is really great energy, man. We got the Two of Cups, we got the Tree of Life, we have the Universe, the Magician, and the Sun. That's amazing, man. This is exactly what we were tapping into, like that kind of new, fresh. I feel like, dude, this is something here that like you're going to really have an opportunity to focus on building that relationship. I feel like it's really finally coming together. I know that can be frustrating to hear, man, because I get mad about that too, and I see readings and I keep watching readings, and the readers are like, oh, this is finally coming together, reconciliation, this, that, and the third. We've had reconciliatory energy. We had the Six of Cups. That is, you know, past life energy. Could be somebody new from a past life if you're into that kind of thing, or reconciliation with somebody from the past. Regardless, man, I mean, this is just really beautiful. I mean, you got the Sun, you got the Two of Cups. I feel like the universe is smiling on this relationship. I feel like this is something you both have been praying for a long time, regardless of whether it was with each other or not. I just feel like you're both manifesting each other, man. Either that or you are manifesting what it is you've been wanting, and it's actually coming together for you. It doesn't always have to be, you know, romantic. It could be friendships, it could be family, it can be whatever it is that resonates with you. It could also be career with the Ace of Wands that we had. I feel like it's really all coming together for you, dude. This is really, really beautiful. You know, I feel like when I see the Magician energy, especially with this card here with the Tree of Life, this to me is somebody who is very adept in their spiritual journey. This is somebody here, I mean, as I've talked about before, you guys are very powerful people. You guys are very, how I think I just used the term spiritually adept, wasn't it, when I talked about it in the past? This is a group I read for that's very spiritually adept. They have mastered every element of their life. They are in the Magician status. Keep in mind that Magician and the High Priestess are counterparts, so we technically have counterparts to a degree. We do have the Two of Cups, soulmate type of relationship, strong bond. Could be twin flames, I don't know. Really depends on how you want to look at it. I feel like this is somebody who is really understanding the process of manifestation, and because of that, because of your patience and your resilience, you are bringing in these beautiful new beginnings in love or career or even just in your own personal spiritual growth, dude. This is a really big moment for all of us that we've been working towards. This is an energy we have been working through for months, and I feel like we're finally coming to the precipice where we have actually really mastered a lot of old parts of ourselves and lessons, and really applying that. This is somebody who applies these lessons with the Magician. You've applied, if you remember me talking about the Tree of Life, each of these has a representation. I mean, this is usually how it moves. It moves in a lightning pattern, right? And this represents every single aspect of human experience. As above, so below. This has to do with the ethers, consciousness, and the physical realm, and the process of manifestation, as well as working through each path as a spiritual lesson on your journey. If you resonate with that Tree of Life, mystical Kabbalah has to do with Jewish mysticism. It's a whole thing within itself. You can go look it up if you want to, but this to me is somebody who understands that. You understand what it takes, and now because you put in the work, you've been resilient, the universe is blessing you. Congratulations. Congratulations, man. We're going to close it out with the animal messages. Alright. Alright. What do we got? This has to be the quietest reading we've done up here. Almost every time there's usually like cars and motorcycles and stuff, but no, not a single. There's like one dude who parked to the right of me, but his car was quiet as a mouse. I don't know. I'm not complaining. Alright, so what comes out? What's going to come out here? Final messages for the collective and I, spirits, guides, angels, and ancestors. Very grateful for anything you have for us today. Okay. Got about 3.5 minutes. See if we can get some cards. Alright. Bottom of the deck, we have Crocodile. It says, the alchemy of energy teaches that death will always yield a new life. This is basically what we just talked about, man. The ending of whatever it is you just went through in that relationship is being reborn, whether that's through this person or through somebody new. This is representative of the death card, okay? We do have other cards here. Boom, 3 of them. Starting with the Rhino, it says, still the chatter within to see your true path in life. Pretty self-explanatory. This has a lot to do with that Magician and High Priestess energy that we were talking about. Given these are final messages, I think this is just a reiteration of the fact that, like, trusting yourself, and if you understand the relationship here between these two, from my understanding, birds like this usually have a symbiotic relationship with bigger animals like this, in the sense of they essentially keep the bugs off of them and, you know, take care of their backs in terms of making sure parasites don't, you know, all that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Trust yourself. If you trust in this relationship, there's a opportunity for symbiosis and really just, you know, working together. Okay, that's pretty much what that means. We have Scorpion. It says, in a new relationship, passion offers the challenge of ecstasy and pain. Yeah, man, that's just the dichotomy of love, dude. I mean, you know, love can be what it is in its essence, beautiful and an enigmatic experience, but at the end of the day, love can be painful. That doesn't mean that it isn't love or it's not a healthy relationship, but as we have also talked about, there is always going to be conflict in any relationship. My therapist even said that to me. I was in therapy, I think it was yesterday. I think exactly what my therapist told me. She was just saying that there are in every relationship there will be conflict to some degree. That was just kind of what, and it was nice to see her say that, because I like to say that myself. I've said that in the readings, and to have that reflected back to me is very nice. So I wanted to reiterate that with you guys today, just to say that even if you and this person have been through the ringer, there is still the opportunity for new love here. This has to do with a new relationship, guys. This is what's coming in, man. This is what can I say? We have the crow, and no, the raven, excuse me. But I think they're both part of the Corvid family. It says, listen to your intuition to receive a message from the world of spirit. Again, listening to your intuition. I feel like this applies both ways. If somebody decides to come back around, use your intuition. You know, are you willing to work through the issues? If you're not, just move on and find somebody new, or let somebody new come into your life. If you are, you know, be ready to actually experience the passion and possibly even the pain that will come with that. Regardless, though, I do feel like Spirit is asking you, as a final advice, above all, trust yourself and trust your intuition. Not myself, not your spirit guides, not any other tarot readers. No book, no TV show, no synchronicity will ever know better than yourself. Regardless of what anybody says, you will always know better than anybody else, because it's you within your experience. You know yourself better than anybody else does. So I love you, and I trust you to trust yourself. And I appreciate you watching, and congratulations on whatever this new relationship is, whatever this new beginning is. I really hope it is a beautiful experience, and congratulations. But thank you for watching, by the way. If you want to book a personal reading or see anything else, description. Goodbye. I love you. Bye.